NBC will undergo a major change this summer with a new face on the nightly news desk.
Today, Lester Holt announced he's going to be stepping down as the anchor and managing editor. He's not leaving the network, though. He's going to continue to be a fixture with his work on Dateline. NBC has yet to announce who would be his successor.
Lester Holt has been a mainstay of American television news for decades, earning a reputation as one of the most trusted anchors in the industry. As the face of NBC Nightly News since 2015, he's guided viewers through some of the nation's most pivotal moments with a calm and steady presence. His departure from the program has left many wondering why now. While Holt has assured audiences he isn't retiring, the announcement has triggered a frenzy behind the scenes at NBC. Lester Holt's legacy.
We have some news here at NBC. NBC Nightly News anchor Lester Holt announced today that he's making a big change. After 10 years of anchoring nightly news every single weekday, he will be stepping aside from the broadcast this summer, and he will be shifting his focus to Dateline full-time.
Lester Holt's career at NBC is a testament to his longevity and credibility in the world of broadcast journalism. When he joined the network in 2000, he was already a seasoned journalist, having spent nearly 2 decades at CBS affiliates, honing his skills as a reporter and anchor. At NBC, he quickly established himself as a reliable presence, first as an anchor for MSNBC Live, and then as a substitute host for NBC Nightly News and Today. His ability to remain calm under pressure made him a natural choice for breaking news coverage, and it wasn't long before he became a key player in the network's primetime news programming. His defining moment at NBC came in 2015, when he was called upon to step into one of the most high-profile roles in television journalism. Brian Williams, the longtime anchor of NBC Nightly News, was suspended for embellishing details about his reporting experiences, plunging the network into a credibility crisis. Holt, who had spent years anchoring the weekend editions of Nightly News, was named interim anchor during the scandal. It was an unenviable position. NBC was facing immense scrutiny, and the trust of its viewers was on shaky ground. Yet Holt's steady and measured approach reassured audiences. His background in hard news, combined with a no-nonsense delivery, helped stabilize the broadcast during a turbulent period. Later that year, NBC made the decision permanent, and Holt officially became the full-time anchor of Nightly News. His appointment was historic. He became the first black journalist to serve as the solo anchor of a major network evening news broadcast. The move signaled a new era for NBC, but it also presented a daunting challenge. At the time, NBC Nightly News was already falling behind ABC World News Tonight with David Muir in viewership, and the shift in leadership meant Holt had to work even harder to retain the audience. His strategy was simple: stick to the fundamentals of solid journalism. Over the next decade, he cemented his reputation as one of the most trusted names in news. He led coverage of major global events, from terrorist attacks to presidential elections, and was often at the helm during some of the most critical moments in modern history. His ability to conduct thorough but fair interviews made him a respected figure in political journalism. In 2016, he moderated the first presidential debate between Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton, a high-stakes event that showcased his ability to maintain control in a charged environment. His performance was widely praised for being firm yet impartial, a rare feat in an era of increasingly partisan media. Despite his success, Holt's tenure at Nightly News was not without challenges. Ratings remained a concern for NBC, as ABC's World News Tonight continued to dominate the evening news race. While Nightly News maintained a loyal audience, it struggled to close the gap with its competitor, and some media analysts questioned whether network news in general was losing relevance in the digital age. But Holt's presence ensured that NBC remained a formidable player in the industry. Even as television viewership declined, his ability to deliver authoritative and fact-driven reporting kept many longtime viewers tuned in. His decision to leave Nightly News marks the end of a significant chapter in broadcast journalism. After a decade as the face of NBC's flagship news program, his departure raises questions about the future direction of the network. While Holt has assured audiences that he'll continue as the full-time anchor of Dateline NBC, his exit from Nightly News creates a leadership vacuum that will not be easy to fill. The battle for his successor.
Lester Holt is signing off from the NBC Nightly News desk for good. The anchor will step down from the long-running program in June, NBC announced on February 24th. Though Holt's successor has yet to be named, fans won't have to go far to see what he'll do next. The renowned broadcaster is moving into a full-time role at NBC's Dateline, where he served as principal anchor since 2011.
With Holt's exit confirmed, the race to replace him has ignited fierce competition among NBC's top correspondents. Two names have emerged as frontrunners: Llamas and Hallie Jackson. Llamas, a former ABC News anchor, joined NBC in 2021 with the expectation that he would eventually take over nightly news. He was reportedly promised the role upon his arrival, and some within the network believe he has the experience and presence to step up. However, Jackson, who currently anchors the Sunday edition of nightly news, sees herself as the rightful heir to Holt's position. She's been with NBC since 2014, covering major political stories and serving as a senior Washington correspondent. According to insiders, she's made it clear to network executives that she wants the job, leading to a behind-the-scenes power struggle between the two journalists. Despite their credentials, some industry insiders have expressed doubts about whether either candidate has the level of recognition needed to carry the flagship broadcast. A former NBC staffer suggested that neither Llamas nor Jackson had the widespread familiarity or trust that Holt cultivated over the years. This uncertainty has only fueled speculation that NBC might look outside its current roster to find a more seasoned or recognizable journalist. NBC's struggles behind the scenes. Holt's departure comes at a time of broader instability for NBC News. The network has already faced significant upheaval with the recent loss of Hoda Kotb, another high-profile figure. Combined with the ongoing decline in traditional television viewership, these changes have left NBC in a precarious position. Industry insiders have warned that NBC could face the same challenges that CBS has encountered with its evening news program. When Norah O'Donnell took over at CBS Evening News, the show's ratings suffered, and the network has yet to fully recover from the transition. NBC executives are reportedly worried that nightly news could experience a similar fate if they fail to find the right replacement for Holt. Adding to the uncertainty, Holt's departure is occurring at a time when the entire television news industry is grappling with declining audiences. Younger viewers are increasingly turning to digital platforms for their news, putting pressure on traditional broadcasts to evolve. NBC is already behind ABC in terms of ratings, and losing a familiar anchor like Holt could further erode its position. Holt's future and the road ahead. While Holt is stepping away from nightly news, he's not leaving NBC entirely. He's confirmed he'll remain with the network as the full-time anchor of Dateline NBC, a move that will allow him to focus on long-form investigative journalism. In a statement, Holt expressed excitement about expanding his role at Dateline, emphasizing that he will have the opportunity to explore in-depth stories that matter to him. This shift suggests that while he may be leaving the nightly news desk, he's not ready to fully retire from journalism. NBC now faces the difficult task of maintaining stability in its news division while navigating an industry in flux. The decision on Holt's replacement could shape the future of nightly news for years to come. Whether the network chooses Llamas, Jackson, or an unexpected candidate, the transition will be closely watched by both media insiders and the viewing public. The financial factor. Beyond journalistic legacy and succession battles, financial considerations may have played a significant role in Holt's decision to leave NBC Nightly News. Reports indicate that Holt's salary is significantly higher than those of his potential successors, with his contract reportedly worth around $10 million a year. In contrast, Tom Llamas, one of the frontrunners, earns a fraction of that amount, approximately $2.5 million. With traditional television news struggling to maintain its audience, networks are under increasing pressure to cut costs. ABC and CBS have both made strategic financial adjustments in recent years, and NBC may be following suit. By transitioning Holt out of nightly news while keeping him at Dateline, NBC could be looking to reallocate funds to other areas of the news division. The future of evening news.
Tonight, the winter storm slamming parts of the east at this hour. The accidents, the treacherous driving, the images coming in now. And now record-breaking cold coming in for millions across the country.
Lester Holt's exit from nightly news comes at a pivotal moment for the future of traditional television journalism. With the rise of digital and streaming platforms, the way audiences consume news is shifting rapidly. Younger viewers are less likely to tune in to a scheduled broadcast when they can get news updates instantly from social media, YouTube, or dedicated news apps. Now it's time to hear from you. Who do you think the new host will be? Let us know in the comments section below.